An animation plays with words coming in from different directions reading National Council on Independent Living Oral History Project, founding member Charlie Carr on civil disobedience to pass the ADA.
So besides the Capitol Crawl, we occupied the Capitol building. We chained ourselves together. We sat and watched the deliberations in the House. We found out who was for it, who wasn't for it, and we targeted the people that weren't for it. And fortunately, Ted Kennedy, one of the champions of the ADA, was my senator, and I knew him really well, and so he played a huge role behind the scenes, getting the ADA passed in the Senate and in the House. Tony Quello played a huge role in getting the House to finally come around and pass the ADA. It was done with the backdrop of all these demonstrations, people just demanding that the act be passed. So there were lots of arrests, particularly when we chained ourselves together in the Capitol building. They didn't know what to do. I mean, they didn't know how to. They dragged us out of there on our back wheels. It was nuts. And so they, little by little, they became more aware of how to disengage the wheelchairs. But yeah, it was crazy times, man, and it was great times. I mean, there was such feelings, solidarity, and accomplishment, along with frustration. Like, is this ever gonna be passed? And like I said, the victory, the feeling of triumph, and the feeling of joy when the bill was signed was just so uplifting. And for me, my 4th of July, my freedom really is on the 26th of July when the ADA was passed. I came from being institutionalized for 7 years, right? Because there were no community based alternatives to live. And so for me to be able to sit out there in front of the president signing this bill was like, oh my God, I'm free. But think of all the thousands of other people that eventually experienced that same freedom. It was just a great feeling. I mean, right now it's all about building emerging leaders and people that will carry the torch for all the work that we did, and to make sure that the work we did is maintained and then built on. And how are we going to do that if if we don't teach disability history? And one of the panels that was at the national conference did a panel on teaching disability history. They're from Massachusetts, and we've got like law that says public schools have to have a curriculum on disability histories. So there's a model to be used there, but Nicholas as a whole needs to groom these young people coming up. And the best way to do that, Matt, is to let them know what life was like before Nickel and what life is like now. And all the people that made it happen.